Hey everybody. It has been quite a day here. So it's about 40 degrees. It's been raining off and on for 2 straight days. It has been pretty much destruction in this household all day today. Ellie decided not to have a nap, so that was fun. And everybody, thank God, is happy and healthy, but pretty much a disaster throughout the course of the day. We are in the midst of dinner time, sort of, so we will see exactly how well this goes. We have poured almost every plate upside down at least once, and that is James trying to take a straw into a cup which he's dumped on his head once already. You want to eat your grapes? You can eat the grapes, sweetie, as soon as you finish the rest of your meal. That was Ellie. I'm wondering if she could go straight for dessert. So that's what we've been up to today in the midst of trying to find more masks for a hospital that is about to run out of them, and a bunch of check-in calls with folks across the state. But really excited to have you guys check in here, because in a minute, going to be joined by a very special guest and a dear buddy of mine from Texas, and excited to have him and his family join us for a quick discussion about how they are also surviving a good old-fashioned shelter-in-place lockdown, and what they're seeing from the ramifications of the virus across Texas and El Paso. So, Joe, let Ellie have her grapes. Thanks. Ellie does not need any encouragement. That has been, anything has been shown over the course of the past couple of hours here. If we'd started this 5 minutes beforehand, it was not a pretty good day. James, you've already had 2 servings of grapes, bud.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, I know.
There's the tears. That was the full bottle of water right over on his lap. You want... Banjo, what do we think here, pal? My thoughts exactly. What happened, bud? Come on over. You dumped the water on yourself? You ate your grapes? Want to say hi?
Who's that?
What? That's you. That's Daddy. What happened, bud?
So the water this round.
The water what?
The water this round.
That's a good...
The water fell.
The water fell down?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You want to say hi, bud?
Hi.
Hi.
Why are we doing this?
Why are we doing this? Hey!
Yo!
What's up? How are you guys?
We're good.
Good.
How are you?
We... We're surviving.
How are you guys doing? Hi.
Amy,
Yo!
Hey.
Can you say hi? Can you say hi to Mr. and Mrs. O'Rourke?
can you say hi?
Let's say hi real quick. Say hi to their kids. Hey!
Hi, guys.
Can you say hi?
Did you guys just enter pajamas or have not gotten out of them?
Hey, Alex,
I haven't changed out of pajamas.
Have you taken your PJs
Yeah.
off? No.
I haven't changed out of pajamas. You guys look very put together, though.
Yep.
Then, you know.
I've been joking with Beto because we're stuck at home. I'm like, why the collared shirt at home? He's like, it just gets me in the mood to get stuff done.
Yeah. I feel professional with this on.
Well, here you go. Yeah. What do you want to do? What? Yes.
What's up?
You want a cookie? Talk to mommy about a cookie.
He wants a cookie.
It's the ruler of the cookies. So how are you guys doing? How is shelter in place El Paso style?
Quieter than Massachusetts style.
You could take a look at the expression on our dog at the moment. It basically says it all.
Yeah.
Please make it end.
Yes,
Please.
exactly.
Please keep the small people, give me some space.
I mean, dear God. So yes, 2 straight days of about 40-degree weather in the rain, and it means that you know, we had done reasonably well for the first couple of days here, where you could go outside and at least get them a walk. At the moment, it's not happening.
Yeah.
You know,
What is your screen use policy?
we had been pretty good about it up until probably about 36 hours ago.
Yeah.
When, I mean, look, so Lauren is running her nonprofit that's trying to keep a childcare system moving, and we're trying. You want a cookie too, bud?
Yeah.
So this is literally how kind of the day goes, right? Like trying to chase down PPE from someplace over the world, and then interrupted because somebody wants a cookie, right, or whatever else. And so there has been moments where the best babysitter we could find has been Daniel Tiger or Doc McStuffins. So that's been just the
A
way.
blessing.
What's the cookie count at?
You're asking me on a live broadcast in front of my wife? That is,
We're gonna judge you too.
that is not a helpful question. More than I would like to admit at this.
Molly, come show them what you made.
More than I would like to admit.
We've got one of our kids hovering at the edge who may want to show you. Do you want to show them? No. She and Amy made some brownies the other night that they're about to eat.
They're brownie cupcakes.
Oh my gosh.
Can I drop it so they can see how loud it is when it hits?
No.
Here you go. Molly, you want to just say hi super quick?
What? Ellie doesn't like brown. She just ran away.
Ran out of the room.
Hey,
Yeah,
will you show their kids your chicks?
Oh yeah, come show them. Hey, Ellie, James, hold on just a sec. Will you go grab them?
Anyone you want.
Go get Chipmunk and Fluffy. Hey, we have something we want to show you guys.
Chipmunk and Fluff.
Yeah, a new, relatively new addition to the house.
Wow.
That I'm not exactly sure. I was not part of the transaction, and I'm surprised Amy assented to it.
Well, Molly asks for animals all the time, and she's been asking for a bird for a long time, and I just wasn't into the bird. And then when there was a run on eggs at the grocery store, she said, I really think we should get our own chickens because there's pretty soon you're not gonna be able to buy eggs, and we need to be able to have our own eggs.
It's hard to argue with that.
I know. I felt like that was
An airtight argument right there.
Yeah.
How old is Molly?
She's 11.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty darn good.
Next week we will have a cow tied up in the
I was gonna
backyard.
say, so how many chickens do you now have?
We had 4 little chicks. I mean, it'll be 4 to 5 months before they start laying eggs, but
Hey,
Do you have chickens at your preschool?
there you go.
You do?
At preschool, right?
So there you go.
do you
Yeah,
get to hold do you get to hold the chickens
Here, Molly, sit right.
at her
you get to
preschool?
hold them?
No.
No,
No.
Oh,
no. I just
look, Eleanor.
sister that woke me up. Oh my gosh! Look!
Give it
That's
to
a baby
her.
chick. Jamie, look at that.
What's that one's name?
Here. No, they want to see you.
Chipmunk.
Hi, that's Chipmunk. Hi, Molly.
Hi.
That's Chipmunk's really cute. You see a little chick? How about that? Oh, Ellie, what's it? Oh, hi, James.
Can you go to James?
Hi. Oh, chipmunk.
James, you can't eat this.
He's trying to. He's actually trying to hold it. Want to give a kiss? There you go.
Can I give Chipmunk a kiss?
Wait, you want to give Chipmunk a kiss? Go ahead.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Okay.
He's gonna eat it.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys are enjoying some quieter times, I hope, and not all the ruido, the chaos that comes with 2 little ones. But I'm sure you got a pretty full house.
It's we started online distance learning this morning.
Oh my gosh.
So the teachers within like a 1-week period put together a distance learning program. And how did it go for you today, Molly?
Good.
So Molly and Ulysses are zooming into their classes and then are given assignments to get done independently. And then Henry, it's a little bit more hands-on. So Beto and I are going to split up the day with Henry.
Yeah, I think I got a nice little video of him being Beto being a music teacher the other day.
Yeah,
Yes.
Nice.
Got the whole band assembled in the basement.
yeah.
One lesson.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That was it. We just done that one lesson.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, James is telling you that he has a cookie that he wants to stomach, but he's eating right in front of you instead. Hi, buddy.
I got cookie that I want to share, but instead of my bunny instead.
He wants to do it, but he's going to eat it. Well, they've got brownies. So,
Oh, yeah. Everyone's having dessert.
Joe,
And
what are your congressional responsibilities right now? Like when do you, I know you had to drive, was it like a 14-hour round trip to go vote the other day?
Yeah.
But what's next?
It was not, so they canceled votes this week. We're then not supposed to be on that 2-week Easter recess. But I mean, we're basically kind of pending coming back, although it was totally weird, man, when you're sitting on the House floor, no one getting within 6 feet of each other. You probably saw some photographs. I mean, they had us up in the gallery, all spread out as members were filing in to make sure we had a quorum. Like, you know, just everybody kept up and kept shifting down. And then the moment that vote happened, people ran back in their cars and got on airplanes and headed home. It's a totally surreal moment, right? That you can definitely, you feel it.
How does government work if, like, I just saw someone forwarded me a notice from the state of Virginia that they're going to have shelter in place till the end of June. So if that's the case, hey, how do you guys pass legislation or work in committees?
I don't think. Sorry.
That's what you get for asking a serious question.
It is interesting trying to talk to heads of hospitals and trying to navigate through the do you have a caged animal with you? It's like, no, it's just a 2-year-old. So, you know, there you go. I mean, Beto, honestly, great question. I don't think anybody really knows yet, right? We're trying to figure that out. And I think, you know, obviously, as you know, a number of members there, a number of folks have been diagnosed, a number of others have been exposed, and so concerns about their health, but Congress also has to meet. And so I think we'll probably take it week by week and try to get a sense of kind of how things are going and what comes next. You know, but it's surreal. And after 9/11, you obviously know this, that Congress planned for a bunch of contingencies. They didn't plan for this. So institutions are trying to figure that out as we go. You know, how are any advice for us about how you would keep in touch with everybody? You guys have touched an awful lot of people over the course of the past year and a half. You know, a big part about this is just trying to communicate honestly and clearly and let people know what's going on and what they can do and how they can do it and what resources are out there. So any advice you guys got would be most welcome.
Amy, give them some advice.
I think what you're doing has been both good for you, and then I think good for people that have been following you, of just trying to put them in front of the experts and let them hear directly from them.
Joe, I remember when I was in Congress with you, we were walking to votes one day, and this was in 2016, and we were actually thinking about the presidential campaign that was taking place. And I remember you talking about this enormous resource that presidential candidates had of all their volunteers, and how in addition to getting votes, they could be put to use helping out in their communities. And I think right now, this is a time to put that in practice. So your campaign, I would imagine, is doing this. Other campaigns, I hope, are doing it. Cumulatively, tens, maybe hundreds of thousands of volunteers across the country. Have them at food banks, have them helping source PPE, have them do whatever is needed in a given community. So that's the way we've stayed in touch with our volunteers. We're trying to encourage people to volunteer at food banks. So we have extraordinary shortage of volunteers. We had a 2-mile line, 2 miles long, to get into the food bank in El Paso when Amy and I volunteered there on Thursday. So folks are queued up, you know, all the way down the exit ramp from the highway, waiting hours to get to the front of that line. There's extraordinary, unprecedented demand, and they need donations and they need labor. And they're really good in El Paso about forcing you to keep distance. You know, you can't get closer than 6 feet. You got to wear gloves. You wash your hands. But it's essential work. and it's totally dependent on volunteers. And usually those volunteers are older Americans, so they need younger people stepping up. So that's one way we've stayed in touch with our network of volunteers. How are you doing it?
So it's a great suggestion. We're the entire state, as I think you know, is in the shelter in place, so it's a little bit harder to mobilize volunteers that way. People are desperate to try to help, right? There was a Boston Globe had a piece today. 96% of the people surveyed were in favor of these very tough restrictions in the shelter in place and shutting down of businesses, and are willing to and looking forward to finding ways to help. But when you are limited to what you could actually, how you can go out and mobilize and how you can contribute back, it's a little bit harder. We've been using our campaign resources to raise money for some local food banks and food pantries and shelters and that kind of stuff. And it's been pretty successful. But look, I think at this moment, it's calling for an awful lot of people to do whatever it is they can, and trying to do that while also being safe and responsible. And
Joe, why don't you give those kids some more sugar?
Thanks, Beto. I mean, this is, oddly enough, this is without sugar.
You know, but they seem to get along so well. I don't see them like tearing each other's hair out or.
There's. If we had done this at 5 rather than 5:30, it would have been a bloodbath. Hey, don't.
Oh, I spoke too soon.
You jinxed it.
Guy's about to go headlong off the couch. So.
Oh boy. Okay.
So, I think on that note, it's great to see you guys. Thanks for doing this.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you, Lauren.
Good to see you, Lauren.
Good to see you, Joe.
When we can actually see each other again at some point, let's do that. But
Before
all the
long.
best, guys. Lots of love. Really. Be well. Stay
Thank
safe.
you.
Be
Thanks.
well.
See you.
Adios. Bye-bye.
Bye.